Okay. Okay, welcome everybody. Today is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. We are here for the Route 23 Corridor Overlay District RCOD 23-03, 79 Parkway Plaza zoning hearing. Michelle, can you please call roll?
Yes, Trustee Faust?
Here.
Trustee Knapp?
Here.
And Trustee Ringel?
Here.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so obviously this is an application that we have heard multiple times. And the only change, Robin will give our staff report, is that they are asking for an additional 2,000 square feet of building space. Is that correct, Robin?
That is correct.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and go through our staff report?
Sure, happy to. So we are here for application RCOD 23-03 Parkway Plaza project located at 79 Parkway, 2 parcels in total. The total acreage is 5.806 acres. Current zoning is the Route 23 Corridor Overlay District. The approved development plan is for 2 buildings, one of which would be a grocery store, restaurant, and one of which would be a multi-tenant retail building. The amendment request is to increase the building size of the grocery store building by approximately 2,000 square feet. As a reminder, the subject area was zoned farm residential until 2025 when the Orange Township trustees approved the application of the overlay district onto the property along with the associated development plan. As a reminder, to the north is FR1 properties and another overlay zoning. To the south is farm residential. To the east is planned commercial. To the west is farm residential as well. As a reminder, in terms of the overlay district, this falls under the commercial and office sub-area of the overlay. So on the following page, you can see the aerial view, and then this is the proposed site plan. So you can see the grocery store building is the northern of the 2 buildings. The area to be added in question is at the southwest corner of the northern building. So it's a little hard to see if you're not zoomed in, but there's a radius around kind of the corner of the property line there that shows exactly where that new building is proposed to encroach into the 100-foot setback there. And then down below, just for reference, we can kind of flip back and forth from these later if we want to. This is the previous site plan, so this is what's currently approved today. So you can see the northernmost building is just a little smaller there, has that little chunk out of the southwest corner. All right, so in terms of the change, the amendment request is to increase the building footprint by 2,020.6 square feet on the southwest corner of the building. We do note that the increased building area would encroach 18.04 feet into the 100-foot setback from that property line to the southwest. Per the zoning resolution in the RCOD, there is a 100-foot setback from any side lot line that abuts a farm residential or single-family area. This would require a divergence from that provision in order to be approved. So as a reminder, in our zoning code, whenever there is a residential property that abuts a commercial property, there's supposed to be a 100-foot building setback from that residential lot line. So that property to the southwest it's residential. It is zoned FR1. There is a residence on it currently. It is not included in the overlay district. It is marked as residential in our future land use plan. However, we do note that that property is owned by Lorgan Delaware Investments, which is a sister company to Lorgan Columbus Investments, which owns the property in question that is zoned commercial. In terms of parking, the number of parking spaces on the site plan is not changing. The RCOD has both minimum and maximum parking requirements. So the calculations change because of the square footage of the buildings, but 166 spaces is proposed, which is the same as last time. It's within the acceptable range. The minimum was 159 spaces. The maximum would be 194 spaces. So this, again, would require just the one divergence, encroaching at its maximum point, 18.04 feet into that 100-foot setback. It would, depending on how the radius is drawn, it would encroach at, the encroachment is less at certain points, but 18.04 feet is the maximum. We did note that a few of the drawings submitted, there are just some inconsistencies. Those drawings do not all reflect the conditions of approval laid out in the approving resolution for this application from the last go-round. Those having to do with fencing, mounding, lighting, and the preservation of trees. They are on some sheets, but not all the sheets. If the board is to approve this amendment request, we do recommend a condition in the approving resolution that states that all modifications from the previous resolution would still apply. So the only change would be to the building footprint. This would not replace the previous conditions from the previous approval. The only other note is that the Orange Township Fire Department did review and approve this site plan, so they are clear for the fire department. I have nothing further at this time.
Okay, thanks. Do we have any questions as trustees?
Not right now.
Not for Robin.
Okay. Do we want to let the applicant speak?
Yeah. give
Yeah,
it-
why don't you explain the reason for the change and that?
Thank you. First of all, I very apologize for getting late to the meeting. Sorry about it. everybody. So the initial plan was we had
Oh, yeah,
that
can you give your
2000
name and address, please?
Sorry. Sir Ravi Samineni, 79 Parkway Drive, and currently living at 6826 McDougall Court, Dublin. Initial plan was having that 2000 also included in the original plan when we submitted 2 years ago. Because of the setbacks, at that time we didn't own the next door property. Then we ended up cutting that 2000 square footage. Then after that, when we bought that neighbor property, then we thought, why don't we go and apply for the divergence and add that 2000 back so that we have a good shape. Because I know in that property also, I think it is under overlay district, I think, but not approved yet, but it is under overlay district, so. it
The
is going
rural
to-
district, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
The
going to
farm
be
residential,
commercial
yeah.
anyhow, so we thought, once we construct the building, we cannot really go back and change it, so we thought of requesting that divergence. So that's all.
Okay, so that's the only,
That's only the change, we're not making any other changes, as Robin specified, all the trees, fencing, everything stays as is,
from the
previous hearing. yeah.
previous application, all the conditions, which we will read just to get them in the record verbally and make sure they're listed out
Yep.
in our decision. Okay. Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Yes. So my understanding is that we've all had a lot of conversations with the county engineer about access to Parkway Drive. And the board had met with the county commissioners and attempted to get them to eventually, tried to get them to vacate a portion of Parkway Drive. But they didn't think that the procedure that we were going through was the proper procedure to do so. My understanding is that the county engineer would be willing to potentially allow for safety bollards to be put up on Parkway Drive in their right-of-way during the platting process. My question to you is that what the same conversations you've had with the county engineer's office, and would you be comfortable with allowing access west on Parkway Drive to be blocked so that you'd only have access on and off of 23?
Yes, it was already blocked on the west side. Currently, there is no access on the west side, right? South Parkway Drive, that's what you meant?
No, meaning access from Parkway Drive to South Parkway Drive.
Michelle, can you put up the GIS of just?
Yeah,
the-
from the neighborhood. And you had said at the one meeting that no one would be coming to the store from that area anyway, and you were comfortable with us trying to get it blocked off from the neighborhood, so people can't cut through the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I was understanding, so we
Bless you.
don't encourage our customers to come through that route.
Yeah. Okay.
But we cannot really block them, but we always recommend, we are going to have some signboards for the safety of
Yeah,
the
but you
neighborhood.
didn't object to that before, and you do
Yes.
not object to that
Yes.
now, is that correct? Okay.
So then what's the next step? And I don't know that, because we have no jurisdiction when it comes to that, right? So what's the next step to make sure that that happens? if it's something that you're comfortable with, blocking off Parkway.
I mean, is that part of the zoning hearing?
No.
Okay.
No, we
Okay,
can
so
discuss
that's something that
yeah.
you figure out with the county. Okay, thank you.
Or we would, someone, yeah, okay.
Okay.
That'll be next step is an additional conversation with the county.
I was going to say, and obviously if the board, we can have a conversation offline, but if there are steps that, there may be some informal steps that the board can take to signify the support for
Okay.
the discussion that we just had.
Okay, yeah, that would be great.
That's the only question that I had.
Okay. So Michelle, can you just, one more time while we're all here and Ravi's here, show where we are thinking that it would be blocked off?
Well, there's been quite a bit of ideas, but you're talking right here?
Somewhere along
Yeah,
that way,
okay.
yes. And I'm not sure where it lands in regard to Esther's driveway, but somewhere in that general area. So I guess, and this is not at all contingent on zoning, this is just Erica wearing her engineer hat. When your facility is under construction, then that, I guess the hope, from my understanding from speaking with the residents, is that it would not want construction traffic coming in off of Orange Avenue to South Parkway and coming in. So then all the construction traffic would get to come in from 23.
Yes.
From the east, okay, so just making sure.
That's what
that-
our understanding, and that's what we are
Fantastic.
going to
Okay.
direct our,
Okay,
who are the vendors. Yeah.
okay.
And what was the size of the approved building?
The current one is 20,500, I think. Now we are asking for 22,000.
What was, I'm sorry, what?
20,500.
20,500 is
And
approved.
this is 22,500?
Correct.
Okay. Okay,
And how many stories is the building?
It's a single story.
Single, and the extension is single, okay.
is there, oh, that's just a loading dock, okay. For some reason, I thought there was office space at some point, no, okay, above, okay. Okay,
So it's about a 10% increase, is that about right? 10% increase?
20,000 to 22,000,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
And
since-
then what was the reason specifically that you wanted it to be bigger?
Sorry, come
What,
on.
what was the specific reason that you wanted to make it larger? Like, what would you have in that area?
So it's a storage area, that's what.
Storage?
Yeah.
Oh, storage, okay.
Yeah,
Indoor storage, right?
indoor.
Okay, no, clarify that, okay. And then, no, I don't think I have anything else. Do we
Okay.
want to do public comment?
Yeah, I'd like to open it up for public comment, and so we'll ask for public comment that you can have a seat.
Sure, thank you.
That you come to the podium, please state your name and address for the record, direct all questions to us, and then we will, at the end of all the public comment, then we will direct your questions to the applicant.
Doyle Hartman, 150 South Parkway Drive. I already shared some comments with you in writing, but I just thought maybe I could add a little bit with what we were just talking about. My understanding is that when Ravi gets everything all set and done, he has to come up with a new plat for all the parcels and everything. And it's at that stage, when it comes to Delaware County to get that plat signed, that's when they will put together that idea of blocking out that part where they want to vacate the road or whatever, put a barricade in. So my personal understanding would be, we need to talk to the county. They will be the ones that will make that final determination. I don't know that
county
Robbie
engineer.
will have, he has to agree to it, but it would be the county that would be doing all that.
Yeah, and I think our legal counsel may have hinted that the township can provide some type of supportive resolution to the county
Right.
during the
Yeah.
plotting stages, and we can put that together at a meeting shortly.
Just for me, who's not overly, anyway, does plating happen before construction starts?
Yes.
Thank you.
It makes it all official that this is now a new, I mean, I'm sure she can speak to it better than I can.
Okay.
But, yeah, and the only other thing I want to add is, I personally think his request is very reasonable, and I'm really appreciative of all the concessions he's already made to us as a community, and I think it's a wonderful trade-off.
Thank you, Doyle. Anybody else?
Okay. Damian Crosby, 235 North Parkway. Does it change any lighting if you add on to the building? Is there more lighting involved? I know there was a question before where the lighting comes in because there's more parking or more building. Is there more lighting involved now that you're added 2,000 square foot?
We will ask. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Rod Drager, 244 North Parkway. Just one question on 23. It still bothers me a little bit, but I've heard some rumors that that's going to be a right-only access from Parkway. So you can leave going south, but you can't go north. Is that going to cause a problem down the road as far as when this happens, people are going to want to come through South Parkway to get to the store because they can't make a right turn, or a left turn, I should say?
We will ask. Anybody else? Okay, so we'll close public comment then, and Robbie, you can just stay at the table. So I think the two questions that I heard was, one was additional lighting. Will there be additional lighting? Can you speak to lighting?
Yeah, currently there is no change in the lighting. Whatever there stays there before, we're continuing with the same.
Okay.
So the photometrics that we approved at the last.
Correct.
Yeah.
So is there any lighting? Well, obviously, the building is getting 20 feet deeper, right? So, Robin, Robbie, either of you, do you know if there's so that lighting will be 20 feet closer to, again, your property, but it's the same, it's just, if it was here, now it's here?
Correct.
Okay,
It was empty space before, now we have a wall.
right,
So
okay.
Yeah, and so I didn't do a direct comparison with the old versus the new, but there were no light fixtures proposed to be in that area originally.
Before, okay, gotcha, all right. And then the right in, right out from Parkway, and obviously how does that impact your business model and that kind of stuff? I think we're just asking all the questions.
Sure. So I don't have any understanding because ODOT has their own rules and regulations. I need to comply with them. Sometimes they're asking about curb lane, sometimes they're asking about right only. They are working on it. The best interest of public, they are coming with some safety precautions. Whatever they recommend, we have to follow that and we have to obey with it.
Okay.
Because it would be cut off anyway, right? If there are bollards there, they couldn't cut.
Well, you can't come through the neighborhood because there's no access. There's no
Yeah,
entrance into the development from the neighborhood, like there's no
Correct.
drive aisle into the development.
Correct.
My understanding, the bollards are there.
Yes.
That's my understanding. Again, we have had nothing in writing from the county, so it's a tad tricky. So I can't promise anything from the township's perspective.
Yeah, I don't think it's a permanent solution. I just, because of the unknowns with the Route 23 Connect project, and that's with ODOT, that's the county engineers. So until they really understand how this whole area is going to move via traffic, I think it's a temporary solution. I'd hate to say it would be a permanent.
But just during construction or?
No,
just-
I don't think
okay.
they would take them away from after construction season.
Just to see
But
how
I
it
do think
goes.
if there is any improvements done on that road, that's when they could be.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least
Yeah.
it would be cut off for the time being, yeah. So it should not increase, no one should be cutting through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Until potentially Ohio Department of Transportation takes all of the decisions out of our hands.
Yes. That's why I want to really heighten the temporary
Right.
solution, so.
Okay. Any other comments?
Shoot, I had one. With the increase in square footage, does that mean more customers will be coming to your property to buy things and
No.
will increase traffic?
No. So it's mainly for the storage purpose. Initially, we thought of storing somewhere else, but now we have opportunity. Why don't we utilize the same space so that we can store some unwanted items in that
Okay.
area. So that's what its main idea.
And do you think you need to make any more changes to the plan in the
No.
future that you know of? or
We are-
will be
we are
done
ready.
now? Okay.
So I just wanted to kind of read through what we had agreed upon last time, since, like I said, like Robin said, not everything made it into the drawings, just so we're all like, yep, check, good. Okay, so this was the conditions from April. The property owner shall grant right-of-way access easements to Delaware County or the Ohio Department of Transportation as may be requested by those entities. No permits or certificates of zoning compliance shall be issued by the zoning department at such a time as until such a time as the applicant has provided the township with any necessary petitions to consent to the addition of the property into a joint economic development district per Ohio Revised Code 715.72, and the property has been added to a joint economic development district. A 6-foot wooden privacy fence shall be constructed along the western property line at the southwest corner, shall run along the western property line to the northwest corner of the property. The 6-foot wooden privacy fence shall turn to the east at the northwest corner of the property and run parallel to Parkway Drive to a terminus point that is due south of the southeast corner of Delaware County parcel number 318-234-01007000. That's Esther's house. The 6-foot wooden privacy fence shall be repaired, maintained, and replaced with a like fence as needed and in perpetuity. The earthen mound located along South Parkway Drive road frontage shall be a minimum of 2.5 feet tall. That's across from Doyle's house, right? Okay. Remove the SA light pole located in the northwest corner of the property, and to the extent the lighting levels resulting from the removal of the SA light pole do not meet the lighting requirements of the RCOD district, a divergence is hereby granted. Applicant will make a good faith effort to not disturb or remove the existing trees located in the right-of-way, and I believe that's in front of Esther's house? Okay. Applicant shall submit updated application materials to the zoning department showing compliance with the aforementioned and update any other inconsistencies as may be present within the application materials submitted on, now we're going to say last year, right? At the end of last year, whenever they were submitted. But it said April 1st of 25. There was a question, I think, the drawings right now that were sent in this most recent packet had a sidewalk across from Doyle's house along the west edge, like where we're putting the fence in, basically. Or I guess I'm unclear, I was thinking maybe we were scrapping the sidewalk, but maybe we're still doing the sidewalk. I just wanted clarification.
There's no sidewalk
No
proposed in that
sidewalk.
area.
Okay, so there's no sidewalk. Okay, thank you. Okay, that was my question. I'm fine with you commenting. You want to come back up?
I think where the sidewalk still shows is right along the wooden fence that's going to be parallel to Parkway Drive.
Oh, on the north side.
Yeah, they took it off of the
okay.
west side, but it's still there on the
North
north
side.
side of the property. And my question was, I don't know if that's going to do any good. It's just an extra expense to the developer unless he wants it there for some purpose.
Okay.
So I thought maybe it was just kind of left over. Once the fence was agreed to go in there,
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
yeah, once the fence was agreed to go in, I didn't really see a need for the sidewalk because the public can't get to it. But if the developer wants one there just for people coming out of the parking lot, that was just one thing I questioned.
C1, Michelle.
Where's that,
Yeah,
Michelle?
right there. It's right there along the,
Yeah.
right along there. And is that there because of
Yeah,
an
that-
overlay
right, I think-
application?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So my suggestion was if that just picks up and starts where the fence ends, right across from Esther and Moose's property, that's where the public would be able to get access to it once the fence is in place. But again, if the developer wants it there for some reason, it's really no impact to us at all. I just thought it might be a little cost savings
Okay.
if it wasn't put in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's here along this.
Thin rectangle in the north
Yeah.
of the lot, below the bushes.
Robin, do you have thoughts?
In general, I like sidewalks. Pedestrian connectivity is good wherever you can get those connections in now. Who knows when they'll be useful in the future? I do also understand the argument that it may not get used. There is a multi-use path on the north side as well, up to a certain point.
Right.
So is it a crucial segment? No. But in general, it's easier to build these things
Now rather
Yeah.
than putting them in later. Okay, then I'm
Yeah, I
cool.
would
Let's
leave
just
it.
throw it, keep it in
Yeah,
as
'cause
per the drawings then.
Depending on what
Right,
happens
who
with
knows?
Pacer too,
Right, yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
right?
Okay, so we're going to keep the sidewalk along the north side. Okay, do we have any concerns with approving, because it was like we have with conditions, the conditions being that all the conditions from the last one are still in play, basically. So are there any additional conditions with this one? I do not have any.
I do not.
Okay.
Is the county engineer aware of this plan?
Yes.
They didn't have any objection?
Unfortunately, I was not able to get a response before this.
So we did
meeting
reach out a
today.
number of times, and they did not respond prior to our meeting, even though they were aware of what time our meeting was. That's what we know. Okay.
We will provide them a response shortly.
A response to the response.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
no,
like,
I'll
just
I'll follow up with them
Yeah.
and share the concerns still that our residents still have, so.
Yeah, and so the community is aware, we have, the township, ODOT, and the county almost monthly have
Yes.
been meeting since at least last April.
And the applicant too.
And the applicant.
Yes.
So they are all at the table working together. Now, obviously, because they're still meeting, I don't believe there's necessarily all the resolutions, or like things figured out. But there have been lots of conversations. I think they're all best friends now. So that is what I know at this point. Okay, any other thoughts?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and make the resolution. And because I read all the last conditions, I won't read them again, but it does state the fact that they have to still do those things.
Correct.
So,
And do we want a new plan submitted by a certain time, like a book or something, like? A
So
revised
as part of that
application?
resolution, it doesn't specify a hard date, but it says to submit updated plans. Obviously, we will not issue zoning permits until all the plans are
okay.
good.
Okay. So if you could submit it as soon as you're able to, that would be helpful. All right, thanks.
Okay. I make a motion to approve Resolution 26-050 to approve an amendment to rezoning application RCOD 23-03, 79 Parkway Plaza with conditions. The conditions being what was approved.
Yeah, if you want to read number
Do that.
1 and 2 in the resolution, it does kind
The
of.
first two whereases that you're talking
No,
about?
No, it's on the second
On the
page.
second page.
At the bottom of the second page.
Just above the bottom
Yeah.
of page
Yes.
2.
The original application was approved by Resolution 25-113, shall remain in full force and effect and shall continue to apply to the property in question to the extent that it is not amended or modified by the adoption of this resolution approving the amended application and development. Number 2, applicant shall submit updated application materials to the zoning department showing compliance with Resolution 25-113 and this resolution.
Second?
All right. Trustee Faust?
Yes?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Ringel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your time, everybody.
Thanks.